Microbiome, Lesson 2.3, Step 2. So we're going to introduce you to argumentation. You're going to look at two arguments here on the next screen and evaluate them. So the arguments you're going to see are both examples of scientific arguments. Scientists ask questions and make observations. Then, when they think they have an idea about how something works, they make an argument to support that idea and their thinking. Scientific argumentation is the way that scientists communicate, evaluate, and revise their explanations about the natural world. As student researchers, you're engaging in many of the same practices as scientists. One of the things you learn is how to make a strong scientific argument, both in writing and in discussion. So we're going to take a look at projections. Again, you can always go to the lesson brief and pull out the projections anytime you want. But here is scientific argument. All scientific arguments begin with a question about the natural world. Scientists investigate their questions by gathering and analyzing data. They use this information to generate a proposed answer or claim. In a written argument, the claim is often summarized in the first sentence. A complete and convincing scientific argument needs to have evidence or information about the natural world that supports the claim, and scientists obtain evidence about things in the natural world by investigating, observing, and gathering data. Scientists can only make arguments about things that can be observed and investigated. Also, scientific arguments clearly explain how or why the evidence supports the claim. And that process of thinking or explaining is often called reasoning. So here are three possible questions that you could begin an argument with. Each of these projections takes a closer look at the steps in the argument of claim, evidence, reasoning. And this process that you see here we'll be going through. So when we hop back to claim, evidence, reasoning, they're shown here with their definitions on your screen. And then when you move next, you are going to evaluate these two arguments. And note that question, do both arguments have a claim that answers a question? And the answer is yes, they have the same claim. Do both arguments have evidence that supports the claim? Well, argument 1 includes several pieces of evidence that can support the claim. Argument 2 has some information, but it does not support the claim. Do both arguments explain how the evidence support the claim? Argument 1 does, argument 2 does not.